You ever pour a glass of wine and wonder, what's the real story here? I mean, beyond all the fancy tasting notes. Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most crucial yet totally overlooked secrets in the entire world of wine. So yeah, let's literally dig in. This quote from a sommelier just nails it. A silent hero. It's the foundation for pretty much every single bottle of wine you've ever enjoyed. It's not the grape variety, it's not the famous winemaker, it's something hidden deep in the ground. So let's just ask it straight up. What if the very survival of all the big names, Chardonnay, Cabernet, Pinot Noir, what if it all hinged on this one invisible hero? Well, here's the spoiler. It does. And the story of how that happened is this incredible drama of near total collapse and genius level innovation. To really get what this hero is all about, we have to understand a technique called grafting. Now get this. It means that the top part of the vine, the part that grows the delicious grapes we know and love, is almost never growing on its own roots. It's actually fused onto the root system of a totally different plant. It's kind of like a body transplant, but for grapevines. So why on earth would anyone go through all that trouble? Well, the answer lies in an event that was basically the apocalypse for the wine world. This is the origin story of our hero. A story born from a crisis that came dangerously close to wiping wine off the face of the earth for good. Okay, so picture this timeline. Before the 1860s, everything's great. European vines are happy, growing on their own roots. Then disaster strikes. A tiny, almost invisible insect from North America, called Phylloxera, shows up in Europe. And it was a catastrophe. This little pest just feasted on the defenseless roots of the European vines, destroying vineyards left and right. The entire industry was literally on the brink of collapse. But then, the breakthrough. Scientists figured out that the Native American vines were naturally immune. So by grafting the fancy European tops onto these tough American roots, they saved wine. And just like that, our hero, the rootstock, was born. So, saving the entire wine world is a pretty solid origin story, right? But a rootstock's job didn't stop there. It's got a whole range of what you can only really call superpowers that are absolutely essential to growing grapes today. Okay, superpower number 1, defense. This is its main job. The rootstock acts as a living shield, protecting the vine from soil pests like Phylloxera, of course, but also from these nasty microscopic worms called nematodes that can totally wreck a vine's roots. All right, next up, adaptability. Let's be real. Not all soil is perfect for growing grapes. Some of it is too chalky, too salty, just wrong. But with the right rootstock, a grower can plant vines in places they would never, ever survive otherwise. This is huge. It means rootstocks literally unlocked whole new territories for making wine. And this superpower might be the most surprising one of all: vigor control. Our rootstock is like a volume knob for the vine's energy. See, in really rich, fertile soil, a vine can go crazy just growing leaves and shoots and kind of forget about the fruit. A good rootstock can dial that energy way back, forcing the plant to focus on producing fewer but much more concentrated and flavorful grapes. It's all about creating that perfect balance. And this isn't just theory, right? Let's meet a few of these heroes. You don't describe any old rootstock. You pick the right one for the mission. So, say you're in a hot, dry place with poor soil, like the Rhone Valley. You call in 1103 Paulson. It's a beast when it comes to handling drought. Planting in those famous super chalky soils of Champagne? You need 41B. It's a specialist in dealing with limestone. And what if your soil is just too rich and fertile? That's where SO4 comes in, to help calm the vine down and get you that top quality fruit. So this brings us to the challenge today. For a grape grower, a viticulturist, picking the right rootstock isn't just some casual decision. No, it's a critical mission. The choice they make is going to define that vineyard for decades. So how do they actually do it? Well, it's basically like being a detective. First, they analyze the scene, the soil. They test everything. Then they look at the climate, how much rain, how hot it gets. Next, they have to play matchmaker and make sure the rootstock and the grape variety will actually get along. And finally, they decide how much energy, or vigor, they want the vine to have to get the style of wine they're aiming for. It's a really complex puzzle. Let's just zoom in on that first step, the soil analysis, because it is so important. The soil's pH can literally lock up nutrients the vine needs to survive. The texture, if it's sandy or clay, decides everything about water. Too much salt in the soil can be straight up poison. and lots of limestone can block the vine from getting iron. But as we saw, that's when you call on a hero like 41B, who knows exactly how to handle it. Every little factor needs a specific superpower. But here's the thing. This story isn't over. It's not just about the past. As we look to the future, this unsung hero in the ground is being called back into action to face a whole new set of villains, and these ones are even more complicated. The difference between then and now is pretty stark. Yesterday's threat was this one single monster, phylloxera. And we found one silver bullet to beat it, grafting. But today's threat? It's not one monster. It's climate change, which is this whole tangled mess of problems. Extreme heat, long droughts, saltier soils, all hitting at the same time. The mission has gotten a whole lot harder. And that leaves us with this final, really important question. The silent hero in the soil already saved wine once, but now, as the challenges get tougher and more complex, there's a race against time for scientists to breed new rootstocks, new heroes, with the superpowers we need for tomorrow's world. The future of that wine in your glass, yeah, it really might depend on whether they succeed.